I was quite shy. I was a bit uptight in terms of, like, I wasn't, the freest comedian alive. So I kind of protected myself by creating a persona. So I had armor on stage, So I kind of, it was me, but it was like I suppose I was playing a sort of a character, and it was kind of like a Dougal-ish character, like from Father Ted, It was like, oh, look at me, and I was kind of bewildered.
So lovable, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, and it was naive and it was innocent, but you're drawing that out of yourself, the naive parts within you, and I just felt that was the way I could do comedy. I couldn't just be myself, so I needed a persona, and it worked very well for me. It was like, you could say clever things, but by kind of pretending to be slightly stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Brouhaha is the second novel by Ardal O'Hanlon, and it takes place basically where you were born, but you don't call it that.
Yeah, well, it's a kind of it's a border town, and I grew up in a border town.
Yeah.
And of course, you kind of, you do draw from real life, but any novel is an alternate reality.
Of course it is.
So this is a kind of funny, bleak, existentialist thriller, if you like, set in the border region. But you've also got the troubles dimension slightly that creeps into the novel. It can't not do when you grow up in that part of the world. So, but for me, a big thing was the humour, and it is that black humour that you get in the border region. It's the deadpan tone, which has informed me throughout my life. It's inspired my own stand-up comedy. It's the deadpan thing. You don't quite know where people are coming from. Are they being funny? Are they being serious?
Yeah.
Is my life in danger? You just don't know.
Yeah.
And then, I also think the people around there have a unique way with words. So it's trying to capture all that in a noirish kind of Fargo-esque type of story. So that's what I set out to do.
Wow, that's a high bar, but you seem to have pulled it off.
It's kind of brouhaha can mean anything in a sense.
Hubbub.
Hubbub, kerfuffle, exactly.
Yeah.
Some of my favourite words.
Yeah.
And
jacuzzi.
It can mean, like, oh, I fell over and I hurt my knee, or it can mean there was a massacre down the road. Oh, there was a brouhaha yesterday. Did you hear about it? And where I come from, it's all about understatement.
Right.
So brouhaha just seemed to me to be a good title for this novel.